She's pregnant.
Can you see the bump? My dress is kind of dark. Oh yeah, put it behind there. Perfect. 17 weeks today. The bump. The bump. This is the bump and this is the hump. I'm just uncomfortable all the time. Okay.
Hello, welcome. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Aaron, and this is my wife, Megan.
Hello. And normally on our channel, we share food and wellness videos, but this week we're doing something totally different. We are sharing our fertility story, which is really personal. But if you guys have been enjoying this and been watching these videos, thank you so much. This is the last video of a series of 6 videos. So if you're just tuning into this one randomly, I will put a link below to all the videos 1 through 6 in the video description box below. So this video picks up from the last video where we were sharing with you our treatment plan, or my natural treatment plan for my hyperthyroidism, my Graves' disease. And I think I don't remember what week we're at, maybe week 5. But basically it was a 12-week treatment plan. Was it 12 weeks? I think it was 12 weeks.
I think it was 12 weeks.
And we went through that. So it's basically 3 months. We finished our treatment plan, and then we did blood work to retest my thyroid, a bunch of different thyroid things that they tested. And I was really nervous for those test results because if it didn't work, I was going to be really heartbroken. But I just hope that it did. So I remember we were in the car when the naturopath called us back, and she gave us the update that there was some big improvement with my test results, and we were going to follow up and meet with her to kind of go over exactly what that meant, but at least I could know that there was some big improvement. And my levels weren't in the back in the normal range yet, but there was improvement. So what we were doing was working, or what I was doing was working, and that definitely gave me a lot of hope. So we met with the naturopath, and basically, since my levels weren't in the normal range yet, our plan was just to keep doing what I was doing, and for another 3 months, and then retest again. So that's what we did for another 3 months. And during those 3 months, I did add some things in. Actually, for the whole 6 months, I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, but I also started adding in essential oils. Again, I just was like, I will add all the natural things as long as I talked about everything with my naturopath, because even though I was like, I don't think this will cause any harm, it's always good when you're doing natural things to just make sure your healthcare provider approves it all, so nothing counter interacts with each other. But I added in some essential oils. Frankincense and myrrh were 2 big ones, and I would put them in a little roller ball with a carrier oil, like coconut oil, and I would rub that on my feet every night, and then I made another one and I would put that right here on my thyroid as well every day. And again, it's like when you're doing so many little things, you can't always say that one thing was the solution that helped. I really think it was a combination of a little bit of everything that we're doing that helped. But so I added that in, and then I also started doing a little acupuncture in the second 3-month series of our plan. I saw the acupuncturist maybe 3 times, and we were going to start another 12-week acupuncture/herb fertility program with him after we got back from this trip to Oregon that we had planned on taking. And so basically our plan was do another 3 months of the plan, retest the blood work again, and I think we got the blood work after our Oregon trip. I think that's what we did, because I wanted to go on our trip and not have to worry about it. So we went on our little summer vacation to Oregon to visit our family. That's where all our family lives. That's where we're from. End of July, we got back early August. And when we got back, I was a few days late on my period, which is not, the end of the world, because sometimes my period would always shift a couple days, maybe a few days early, a few days late. It was always around 28 days, the entire cycle. If you track fertility awareness method, the period is not 28 days, but your cycle is every 28 days. And it always is a few days, give and take. But it was late. So I thought, let's take a pregnancy test. I honestly didn't think we were pregnant just because we've taken so many pregnancy tests and they're never positive. But it was Saturday morning and we had no food because we got back Friday night. So you went out to the grocery store to get some groceries and pick up a pregnancy test and came home and I took the test.
Took the test and yeah, I looked at it first.
I was nervous.
Because I wasn't nervous because I thought there was no way we were pregnant. People always say that like when they have a fertility story, they like try for a long time and then when they like relax about it or whatever, they eventually get pregnant. And I always thought that was, you know, kind of ridiculous. But I really feel like this was like the 1 month that I really didn't think we were gonna get pregnant because we've been traveling, road trips, stressful, you know, you eating, the way you eat is different, just everything about your life is different. So I really didn't think it was gonna happen. And so I went in and I just picked it up and I looked at it and it said pregnant and it was like, it's one of those things where you're like, do I know how to read? Does this really say, you know, what is it supposed to say? What's it not supposed to say?
Yeah.
And we were just so shocked.
Yeah, we literally, that was our response. Like everyone has, you know, their own personal experience, but ours was just shock. I teared up a little bit, but we were honestly just like, what? Like we kept saying that, like, no way.
Yeah.
Like, what?
We weren't like, or I wasn't like, whoa.
You're not really that way anyways.
Well, that's not how, it's true. I would never do that. But I think it's just because you're just so surprised by it and so much, you know, it's almost like you don't believe it.
And when you have been wanting to get pregnant for so long that when it finally happens, like, you know, you see movies and people are like, oh, they're so emotional. And like, I wasn't expecting like anxiety. Like we got the test and it was like shock and anxiety.
Yeah.
Because we wanted it so bad, but we were just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, for every day for probably a week, I took another pregnancy test. And just because every morning you're just like, let's just make sure we're so pregnant. And also like, I called our midwife, where the birth center we wanted to go to, and I think 10 weeks, like they don't even see you until 10 weeks. So I'm thinking like, okay, like I just found out I'm pregnant, now we have to do things. And then they're like, oh, we'll see you at 10 weeks. And it's like 10 weeks. So it's like, there's just all these weeks of, you feel like you're just kind of, I felt like we were just like holding our breath for a lot of weeks.
100%.
Just praying, and we still every day pray for our baby just to be healthy and safe and grow. And so yeah, I mean, we found out we were pregnant, which is amazing. I don't know, can you guys relate to that? And I think maybe that's like the start of being a parent, is just this low level grade of worry and anxiety for your baby. I don't know when that will go away.
Never.
Probably never, but you just always are like, immediately I just wanted our baby to be healthy and safe. And I still, you know, feel that way. It's like, I mean, that's just life, right? Anything could happen. So you're just praying, you know, every day that things continue to go well. So we are now filming this video in our second trimester, and just looking back from like when I just have such a vivid memory of all these points throughout our journey of when we wanted to start our family and just everything that we went through. And like I said in video number 1, you know, to not make these videos too long, even though they kind of are. You guys probably skipping through a lot of it, but just kind of sharing like a chain of events of what's happened. It doesn't show and depict truly all the emotion that we went through, and all the really hard days and the sad days and the anxiety and the stress and just the tears. For me, it was really, really hard. And I mean, it was hard for me because I was physically, I mean, we were both going through it, but my body was the one changing every month. Like how...
And having the tests run on it.
Yeah, I was doing all the
tests.
tests, the blood tests, the ultrasounds, the poking and looking at everything.
Especially with her hyperthyroidism, she got her blood taken a lot.
So many times.
Yeah.
Just like...
It's not fun.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah. As the husband, it's hard because you can't, and maybe this is just me, or maybe it's guys are like this, but we always want to, I always want to fix everything. So as the husband, you know, it's difficult, obviously, emotionally, because you're watching your wife go through something that's very emotionally difficult for her. But it's just tough because as a guy, or maybe this is just my personality, I want to be able to fix everything. And usually you can fix it with like a hammer or some duct tape or something. But when it gets into the medical realm and, you can't really do anything about it. Like, we took our steps and we changed, some of the food we ate and took out some allergies and things so I could help in that way. But it's really, you just kind of have to stand back and let go and, let God and nature
take its course.
And that it's just hard when you can't fix it through like brute force or just through like sheer will,
Yeah.
It becomes a more delicate process, which was difficult for me.
So I think that's gonna wrap up our fertility series. Once I publish these videos, I'm probably gonna think of like 10 things I wish I would have shared with you guys that I forgot. But that's why I think I'm gonna do a fertility Q&A video, and maybe we'll do that one together again if you have questions for Erin and for me. So just leave your comments below in the comment section, and I literally read all your guys' comments, and so I will see them, and we will try to answer as many as we can in our fertility Q&A. And again, this is just our personal story. Everyone has such a unique and different personal journey, and one of my biggest takeaways, one of the biggest things that I have learned through this is definitely just how beautiful pregnancy and birth and, I haven't had birth yet, but the whole picture, pregnancy and birth and motherhood and the whole thing, it's like, it's just, sometimes it's not about like right or wrong. Like, there's so many different paths, and we just need to all be so much more supportive of each other and less judgmental, and just celebrate women and their pregnancy and their babies, like however it happened, because obviously the ideal is that we're all just gonna get pregnant naturally and everything's gonna be natural and perfect, and that's just not how it goes. And so I really have, I'm just so much more appreciative for the woman body, the female body, and all that it can do. And birth and babies are just a miracle. And so that's a big takeaway that I have learned through this whole journey, is to just judge less and to love and celebrate and accept women and their babies even more. So if you're struggling with infertility, or you know someone who is, we have been there. This is our story. We went through it, and we have a beautiful baby growing every day, coming soon, April 2018, and that is our story. So we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing to our channel. Picking up next week, we're back to our regular videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of fertility series this week. We love you. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and for just supporting Erin and I. We love you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.